Hi everyone. Well, here we are, law of cosines. We had law of sines, and now it's time for law of cosines to make up for the triangles that we couldn't do before. One of the, and here it is. These are sides, a, little b, little c. Those are lengths of the three sides of the triangle. But, and this one's especially interesting, but these are all the same thing, just with different sides solved for on the left side. But if you look at c squared equals a squared plus b squared, or a squared plus b squared equals c squared, that's Pythagorean theorem. But that is only true for right triangles. For every triangle, it's true here. So this, so I just want to show you how to work through this and do these examples. Example 1. If I'm given three sides, we can find the three angles of the triangle using the law of cosines. So that's what the object is here. And it doesn't matter. We'll just start with A. If I want to find angle A, I'll probably start using this as my reference. So a squared, I'm going to write it out first. A squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. This is the only part that's not known. A is 8. So 8 squared equals b squared. This is b, this is a, this is c. Equals 6 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 6 times 12 times the cosine of A. So this is kind of like a variable here. You got 64, you got 36, you got 144, and 2 times 6 is 12, and 12 times 12 is 144. And then the cosine of A. You got 64. 36 plus 44 is 180. Minus 144 cosine A. Now, one of the common mistakes is going ahead and subtracting these two and then working it through, but don't do that. These are not like terms. Okay. What you do now is you subtract 180 from both sides. I just want to make sure you're aware of that. And that cancels, so I've got negative 144 cosine, make sure I'm on camera here, negative 144 times cosine of A equals, I believe, negative 116. And I am going to divide that out. Okay. So, let's clear this and take negative 116 divided by negative 144. Right? Yep. And if you're doing this, keep 0.8056. When we go to find the inverse cosine of the cosine of A, those are going to cancel, and then we take the inverse cosine of 0.8056. And that cancels, so that's A, and then our angle measure. Let me check something here. I am in degree mode. Okay, I'm going to take the second cosine, the inverse cosine of, and I already have the answer there, so rather than put in, I could put 0.8056. like we have here, that'd be fine. But I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to go to the nearest hundredth, and I'm looking at 36.34 degrees. Okay, so there's A, that's 36.34 degrees. I'll go ahead and write that in there. Now, you could use the law of cosines again, but you know, we had just done law of sines. I don't And I need to move this up, don't I? And that might be a little easier. This is the steps for getting law of cosines. You can use it again, but I think this time I'm going to use law of sines for my next, let's go angle B. Because I know that A over sine of A equals B over sine of B. So A happens to be 8. 8 over the sine of 36.34 degrees is equal to B, which is 6 over the sine of B. Let's see. 8 sine B equals 6 sine 36.34. Divide by 8. The sine of B is equal to 6 sine 36.34 divided by 8.4444. And when I'm going to take the inverse sine of this, and I'm going to take the inverse sine of this. So second sine point, whoop, I'm going to do what I did before. I got the answer in there. 26.39. All right, let's put that in here, 26.39 degrees. And I think I'm not going to use law of sines or cosines. I'm going to use the fact that there's 180 degrees in a triangle. And take 180 minus 36.34 minus 26.39 and get 117.27 degrees for angle C. Alright, and there's my 3 answers there. Okay, I'm going to do a second example in the next video.